now is everybody's back, and Mimi has been going around, and also we have taken some feedback in the library. People have been coming who have been attending these sessions and everything, and we have got a few questions for the project leads, and I'm going to pass it on to Mimi to ask the questions. But before that, Liz, do you have any questions you would like to ask?
The specific thing I wanted to hear more about was Ashok's vision, actually. So if there's anything covered on that, that'd be really helpful.
Okay, what would you like to know? Because we'll Shofa, if you can come forward, please, because you're quite. Okay, well then that's fine. I forget Chris is creating this magic.
Do I talk in here? Hi, what was your question?
So basically, just wanted to learn more about what you do, and yeah, that basically.
So we did do an introduction at the beginning. So we're a youth mental wellbeing charity. We're based in Newham Woodgrange Marketplace every Saturday between 12 and 3 p.m. And what we do for this particular project is combine mental well-being, community safety, and youth development. So we got funding for £20,000. This is actually our third year running in the community assemblies and now people-powered programs. So we've already done 2 successful cohorts, and this is our third time running. And it's just been amazing because I don't have the stats here now, but since January, when we received the funding, we've been present every Saturday. About 15 young people turn up every Saturday, and we do a combination of planting and combined with workshops, virtual, in-person, hybrid. We're about to start our first cohort of first aid, first responder courses for 15 young people in Forest Gate Community School. And I have got some of our volunteers here, so I'm just going to ask them to say their names and their age, okay?
Hello, I'm Omif, I'm 15.
Lena's lost her voice. Lena, aged 16, yep.
I'm Kariba and I'm 11.
My name's Abdus, I'm 12. I'm Hussein and I'm 13.
I'm Hassan, I'm a bit older, I'm 21.
I'm Bano, I'm 13.
So we have about 30 active members, but as a project, we're like 4 years in as a charity. And every kind of week, we come across new young people who join. Parents love it because there's a place for young people just to turn up and learn about nature, well-being. And 3 of our main ethos is nature, play, and spirituality. And I think Newham has given us this platform and this opportunity to really kind of dig deep into why mental well-being is important. And we have got a really great development this week, which I posted online. So there's a directory called the Joy Directory, and it's a portal where all these services are, where GPs, people from NHS, professional social work refer and signpost. And so our organization and this project has gone on that platform. So I think we'll get a really big kind of influx of more kind of young people reaching out soon. Yep. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's amazing. Thanks so much.
Yeah. Thank you. And Shofa, there was a question from an audience as well, but you've covered everything. So thank you very much. So next question is to Godwin School. So over to you.
Okay, the next question is, how are the local community benefiting from your project?
Hi. Yes, I think there is a misconception because we're a junior school that our project is intended to support our children or just the families in our school, but it's really the opposite. Our children are very lucky to have such a green space, and they're really enthusiastic about the environment and about sharing that more widely with the community. So these gardening workshops are for adults. They're going to be for the whole community throughout the summer. You don't need to be affiliated to Godwin, and we're excited to be inviting a lot more people in to see what we have. None of our gardening space is visible currently from the road. It will be with this new project, and people being able to come in and see the rest, benefit from that, improve their well-being through those workshops that we can offer.
And the next question is for Bring Literature, Art and Science to the Up Garden. Suze? By delivering your project, you've made room for another initiative, Nature Builders, to operate in the same space. What benefits do you see from collaborating on this?
I think, how long have I got? The Up Garden is an example of collaboration in itself, in that the land belongs to Newham Council and it's maintained by Swan. And the whole being of the Up Garden is collaborative. You know, we had to work very closely with the council and with Swan, and for the residents who volunteered all the time, and the local businesses who donated lots of their materials and items, and to create the amazing space that it is. So the Up Garden is a space for everyone. It's open all day, every day for free. People can use it however they want, respectfully, legally, of course. But it's space for people to use in the way that they see fit. And that's why we enjoy doing collaborations, because it helps us discover new ways of how it can be used, ways that we haven't thought of. And we very much want the community to take it forward as they wish. It's not for us to dictate how the space should be used.
Next one is for Maryland's Growth for All. You have transformed a neglected area around Henniker Point. Number one, how have you engaged the local community in this effort?
Okay, pretty difficult really to begin with, but we found that as we engage some and they take part, tell others, so a lot of it is word of mouth, although we have leafleted with social media, etc. But in particular, once we started preparing the planters for people to adopt them from the flats, and there's about 6-7 people who's adopted them so far. Others have come forward and said they're interested. So I think it is, very slow to start with, but as people take part, then others join in.
Okay, great. There was a second part that you just answered, because it said, has any of the local residents adopted the plant?
They have. There's one lady, can I just read out her quote she gave me, because she couldn't make it today. It's Elaine, she's from the block of flats, and she's been Maryland's lollipop lady for over 40 years, and she adopted a planter along with her friend. And she said, I'm enjoying having my very own planter much more than I thought I would. I originally agreed to support my friend Pell, but it is wonderful having a planter each and spending time together with others who have a planter too. We have a little community now, and we help each other, and I always water all the planters. Pell is loving it and is now growing flowers from seed at home, and she has never done anything like that before. We go out together to purchase plants, and next year we will plant bulbs. And she ended it by saying it's our own little flower community. So I think that's really nice. Yeah.
Sorry, Next one is for MBG Young Fitness. How many young people are benefiting from your project?
Hi, so currently we have about 60 plus young people benefiting from our project. And it's been amazing because initially, we started off, we wanted to do it as having like one big session, but we realized that because of how many young kids we have involved in this program, we've had to now split our sessions and sort of do them back to back on the same days. And yeah, we're hoping to continue growing throughout the year. So we've still kept our signups open, because for us, it's just about impacting as many young people as we can within this project. So our own sort of personal aim is to sort of hit that 100 mark by the time we reach the later stages of this project.
The next one's for you, Stella. What are the challenges you have faced?
Oh, okay. So our challenges actually are around recruitment and making sure that the right children and the right families are signposted to the workshops. So the advertising for it went out through Newham's Special Educational Needs Network and then on to schools. But I think actually, even if people in this room know a child with a disability, if you can let that family know that these workshops are happening every month, and that would be really helpful. The children themselves are an absolute pleasure, and there's always minimum of 2 facilitators in the room who both have full experience in working with disabilities and special learning needs. So we can have a range of children from autism, speech and language. We had a child with dyspraxia, and everybody's welcome in the space. We just need help signposting so that families are aware of the opportunity.
Sorry. Next question is to break the silence. Your project is crucial, but can you achieve the desired outcomes within a short space of time frame?
Who's that from? They're there. No, they're not. They're not. Can we do it in a short space of time? Well, the program we run in schools and universities a lot of the time, and for the parents in the room will know that 6 to 7 weeks is a half term, and the schools always ask us, can we do this in 6 to 7 weeks? The enrichment programs flip and change different cohorts. And we've been doing it for the last 3 years in half terms. So I predicate myself on being able to get results in that time. And in St. Anthony's, where we've been doing this, the group has been growing. So that's really, really a pro for me, that I'm seeing more and more men come to the circle. The group gets louder and louder. It starts off the first 2 sessions with 1 or 2 people speaking, and I don't think they will mind me mentioning Clinton, who is an amazing young man of 28 with 3 children and a teacher at St. Anthony's Primary School that always talks. But now actually we're having some of the younger men, some of the men that were a little bit more shy, speaking much more. And some of you might not know that part of this program is to actually get the men to lead the group. So we're training them past the program. The money will run out. And so it's for the men to be able to keep these groups going, be able to invite new men, make them feel comfortable, and continue the culture. And so those men are already leading those groups. So when I go there, there's not much I have to do. And some of the people that have come in this room hopefully will testify to that. So hopefully, yes.
Questions for you now, Chigor. All 3 of your projects have been voted through in the past few years. How is the local community benefiting from the changes in the church as the project specifies that the grounds can be used by the local community?
Thank you. The question refers to the fact that over the past 3 years, we managed to make the churchyard look so much more nice and much more welcoming than it used to be. Some of you may remember time past when the churchyard was covered with gravestones and memorials, some of which were worse for wear because they weren't very well maintained, and some were sinking, some had fallen down. The place looked so unattractive and possibly dangerous. But over the past 3 years, we've managed to make significant changes with money from this project. We've managed to plant flowers in the Romford Road section, and the gravestones, because this might be people might be of interest here. The gravestones that still had inscriptions on them, we took them to the back of the church, on the other side of the church, and actually prepared a memorial garden. So if ever you have time, please feel free to come in and see the memorial garden that we have created with the gravestones lying on the floor and flowers planted around. They are seasonal flowers, so they are not there at the moment. You have to come in the right season in order to see them. So people are benefiting by in so many ways. By the way, the last part of the current part of the project is lighting the area. So having sort of made the place look nicer we're now providing lights in the area, and if you come here at night, if you know how this place used to look, you'll be really surprised at the changes that we have made. People are benefiting in many different ways. They are benefiting from the fact that it's a much safer place at night. It's much more attractive during the day. And now we see people come into the area to just, in the afternoon, to just chill. So people are using it. The other day, I saw people who had had a wedding somewhere, and they actually came there to take photographs because of the beautiful flowers that are there now. You wouldn't have had that in the past. So these are some of the ways in which people are benefiting. And I kind of think that the way it looks now also makes a difference to people's mental health. That was always one of our intentions. If you are going past a place that is beautiful and relaxing day in, day out, it would affect your mental health. And if at night you're having to walk past places that used to be dark, but now is now well lit, it would affect your mental health. So these are some of the ways in which people are benefiting from the project.
And there was another part of that question. It said, where do we find the information?
Where what?
Where do we find the information about projects in the church that goes on?
Yeah, I guess you can look at our website, or information about the church is on the board, of course. So my phone number is on the board. If anybody wants to get in touch with me on anything regarding the churchyard, my phone number is on the notice board, which is in front of the church.
The final question is for Jyoti from the CNN team. What support do you provide to the people who have never run a project before?
Thank you. I think we have, I would say, a number of groups who haven't, it's their first time applicants, and even people who are really experienced, because being public money and self-funding, the process is very, very different. And like I said earlier in the meeting, is fairly scrutinized. So we have been supported everyone, not just one group. Some groups maybe more than others, from application stage to this date. We conducted weekly workshops, daily workshop. We had a lot of face-to-face meetings at the application stage where everybody had a query, they could get in touch with us. They could see us anytime. Since January, because the process started, and that's where we have conducted 2 face-to-face meetings with our projects, so that they knew how if they had any understanding, any queries, and they have full understanding about the processes, whether it's finance, their installments, their monitoring process, forms, or any changes to their project, or if they're facing any challenges, we are there to help them, and also uploading their information on Neum Co-Create, helping them with their monitoring forms as well. And also we provide a lot of guidance to everyone. And I think the best thing we did was we introduced project leads to the working group members, because when they started monitoring, they needed to know each other. In that meeting, they can update them, they can ask them questions, and now the monitoring visits have become really, really successful. I myself go for visits, I ask them. I think they probably will say I send too many emails, so I do apologize, but I like to give information rather than not giving information. And also our central project team, which is Chris and Anna, they have delivered over 8 workshops. And people who could attend them, they have attended. We have got them recorded as well, so everybody can watch that. And if through the next process, it'll be really, really useful. So yeah, we are there for them all the time. We are here to support. Thank you. And before we finish, has anybody got any question in the audience? These were from people who could not attend today. No? Oh, please. And it's for project leads, I hope.
Hello. Well, it's mainly about, this is the first time I've come to this event, and I'm quite impressed with it, to be honest. However, my concern was that there's so many different stores which relate to plants. Now, yes, I understand it does help your mental health, but if you're going to have plants, then you may as well be plants which are vegetables or something that people can learn from and can grow, so that will be of use. I thought the projects like this project over there, What's the Point? There's a few of the other projects around here which are quite serious projects, and I think for people's mental well-being, that's really important as well. I'm surprised that they had to compete with projects relating to plants. So for me, I just think that we're talking about £200,000. So the projects which are really important, serious information, I felt that those projects shouldn't have to compete with projects which are mainly in relation to growing and having planters.
Oh, thank you. I didn't catch your name.
Merlin.
Merlin, thank you so much, Merlin. And I will only say there were 35 applications and there were a lot of different projects. So through this process, we give the community the voice, we give community the choice, and we give the community the ability to deliver these projects as well. All these projects were put forward for voting, and it's the local people who have actually selected those projects. We personally don't interfere with that process at all. There are a lot of people, I know you're saying about plants, but environment is one of the top criteria within this community, and people want to support their local community garden. Up Garden, it was a derelict land, like Laura said, 3 years ago. If you had been there, it was impacting all the people who live around that area. It has been turned into such a beautiful space. People actually are proud of living in that area. And there was a lot of antisocial behavior going on there as well. Nature builders, I would say young people who don't have gardens, they don't live around any gardens, they don't have any access. It's just teaching them what it is. And I've actually personally spoke to some young children and the feedback was really, really good. But we do take your feedback on board and we'll pass it on to our central team. Very valid point. Thank you. But at the same time, people are supporting those projects. Yeah, thank you. Anybody else?
You've got a question from a project lead.
No, actually, a question. You kind of covered it, Jyoti, but I wanted to just, as a non-garden project, I wanted to say the same. I think we shouldn't underestimate the importance of climate, biodiversity, and how important the environment is. And as you said, people voted for those projects. I think it's a bit unfair to say that. That's my personal view, anyway.
No, that's fine. I think we give everybody a voice, like I said. And that was one of the voices. And I think sometimes as Merlin will meet these people, there'll be better understanding as well. So for us, each and every project is really, really important. So thank you, everybody. Any more questions, Liz? Any more questions from you? Okay. Okay. If you can go on to the slides, please, Chris, very quickly. Just a couple of more slides left. Oh, sorry, we had another question.
My question was actually, I hope this is not bad, but I just wanted to know how did our projects compare to some of the other areas, in particular Stratford area? I felt like actually this group would be, well, compare in terms of the impact, the diversity, you said there was 35 applications for ours, etc. Just wanted to know how well Forest Gate was doing. Forest Gate and Maryland.
Well, Forest Gate is unique. And it is a really, really unique community. What is in Forest Gate is there's a lot of community groups. There's a lot of residents as compared to some areas, or won't name areas where it's only voluntary sector maybe, because residents are not coming forward. This community is very close-knit. They work very closely, and each and every project here is supporting each other. So that link is the most special. And I think projects are doing extremely well in this area. Sometimes the impact is small. It takes time for it to get bigger. We have got a number of projects here. Again, Maryland Grow for All. If you had seen how much fly tipping was happening in that, If your project is very, very unique, men's project, there are not many projects as yours, MBG Youth Group. They have left now, but we have 15 young people here today. When we visited them, they had 35 young people who are benefiting from that project. These are the people who can't afford to go to a gym. All the projects are free, so everybody's. So I hope that answers your question. Yeah. Thank you. So just very quickly, upcoming events, everybody. On the 12th of July, we have got 50 steps to a healthier Newman. Please join our public health colleagues to help develop a dedicated local plan or action plan to address issues of health and well-being that are very important to the local communities. So Anne Bowes will be here, so each and every one of you is welcome. All the projects, please come forward because this will benefit our local area. We have got Gate Library Summer Festival. It's for and the children can sign up for Marvelous Makers, the Summer Reading Challenge, and there are a lot of activities, everyone. So it's on Saturday, 20th of July, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Please tell every child in the area, they're all welcome. And if you need any more information, you can come into the library, ask us, ring us, or you can email us. Thank you. Okay, these are our upcoming events. On Saturday, 22nd of June, we have got Minted, The Rise of Trevor's Sweets in Forest Gate, a heritage project. It's from 11:30 to 1 p.m. Again, everybody is welcome. Then we got Hazel's House Heritage. Everybody knows Hazel in the community. So it is open on Sunday, the 23rd of June. First tour is at 2 p.m. and the second tour is 3:30 p.m. And then our annual Forest Gate Festival. So that's on Saturday, 6th of July. 2, 3, 4, 5,000. They can handle everything. Over 100 stalls. What more can we want in our community? And all done by volunteers. And we have given them a teensy little grant with which they are supporting people who can hold their stall for the first time. So please support our local festival, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Everybody is welcome. You will have a lot of activities, wonderful food, everything, you name it. And Derek is responsible. No, not on his own. He has got a really wonderful team of volunteers with him. So thank you for that. Okay, next one, please. So in case you're not aware, we have got the small grants which have opened from 14th of June and these close on 28th of July. Apologies, PPP projects, you cannot apply for this. The Neighbourhood Small Grant is open to any not-for-profit organization, including VCFS, working in Newham. The program is designed to empower and make positive changes in local neighborhoods with a key focus on supporting small, engaging, and local community groups. One application only, and only in one neighborhood, please. And for more information, you can go on our website and check it under funding for community projects. If you haven't filled in an application before, you need support with that. There's an in-person session at Stratford Library on Wednesday, 26th of June, or online session via Microsoft Teams. You can register by emailing smallgrants@newham.gov.uk. I forgot to say it's £500 to £1,000, please. Okay, has everybody given, can you put your hand up if you have given us event feedback? Not many hands are up. Okay, to all members of staff, can you please have the laptops ready so people can give their feedback? Thank you. And that is the end of our, you can scan the screen, or we have got people who don't have a phone, smartphone, we are available for you as well. And that is the end of our assembly. I thank you all for attending today, the people who are still here, and about 40-50 people who have left. I really appreciate your support. I thank my colleagues, staff, volunteers, our working group members, and more than anything, our project leads who have come on this day. So let's have a round of applause for everybody. And thank you, Liz, for attending, and thank you, Anna, for being online. Okay, that is the end of our assembly, and we'll see you in January, everybody. And please go and visit your projects. Thank you.